So it's 11:30 at night, and I've spent 30 minutes wrapping my turn signal switch that now won't go down in my shift collar. So, all of you that can feel my pain, thank you. For those of you who have not done this yet, let me be your guide. Don't wrap your wires. There's no reason to. So now I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes and unwrap what I've done, the mistake that I've made. Hopefully not damage anything in the process. I could go and cut the tape, but then I risk damaging my wires and needing to purchase a new turn signal. Oh, no. Okay, one connector down. Dang it. So it is now midnight, officially. And I got all the tape off, and I broke three of the connectors. It's fantastic. So, take it from me, don't put tape on these, just stick them back in there. Working on a classic car, on an early Ford Bronco. There's always stuff that you're going to screw up. There's always stuff that you're going to break. And I'll be right there along with you, showing you what not to do. So, I actually did. I left that night and I searched high and low. Couldn't find the new connectors that I broke on this. So I just went and bought a new one. And I'm really glad that I did. I just got this one today. And you know what it's like. You get a new part and it's like you have to install it. So here again, it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm doing a video about the install because I can't wait to install it. But here's the difference. I mean, good Lord. Like, this one is just nasty and black and has 40 years of grime on it. This one's so nice. And I know you're not going to see it. It's in the steering wheel. I get it. You're not going to see it, but I'll know. I'll know that this nastiness isn't in there. And my horn didn't used to work. And I'm wondering if it's because there's like grime all over the connector for the horn. So I'm sure that it actually doesn't make a connection. But this one, oh, it's so nice. There's no grime and no stickiness to it. I got this at Tom's Bronco Parts. And pretty excited about that. I also bought a new shift indicator. I broke mine when I was pulling it out. And I don't even know how that broke. Like, if you watch the video, literally I am unscrewing it and it like snaps into pieces. 40 years of brittleness. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this bad boy back in, and just remember, you don't need to wrap these wires. You just slide them in. Although it came with a little bit of tape on there. I'm gonna leave it in there. I'm sure this is probably good because it's by the professionals, one of our professional vendors who put it on there. So I'm trusting in them. Again, just put all the pins in there, slide it down in there, and pull it from the bottom. It goes in pretty easily now that I've done this and I've learned. Then begin to put all the pieces back in place. All right, then you remember I talked about keeping these little T-bolts here. So what you want to do is actually put these back inside. Oops. Put them back inside. And then just screw the nut on just enough so that it grabs, but don't tighten it down because you want them loose. Because how these go back in is there's a little hole inside of here that it needs to go up and over, and then you can actually tighten them down. And get this guy. There we go. It's kind of tricky because you have to hold it. It's spring loaded, so you have to hold it down while putting the other stuff back on. Need my gloves on. It's hurting my hands. I'm caught on these T-bolts, and it's got to make it up over this lip, but I can't get them. So I got it, but I didn't grab a socket to screw them in. All right, so the way that I got it in is I actually had to push by the T-bolts to kind of get them to open up and to latch onto the little opening in here. And so that worked. Kind of push in by the T-bolts, then tighten it down. Put your new turn signal in. Make sure the wires are tight. And screw your screws back in. Then, if you have a 1975 like mine, go ahead and put the wires back in the horseshoe connector and hook it all up under the dash. So that's it. Pretty easy to install if you're using your brain. So, hey, make sure to subscribe if you want to make sure that you don't make the same dumb mistakes that I make. You know, if you're like, hey, I need to work on my Bronco today, wait a second, let me go watch John's videos before I do anything. I'm literally watching my video on how to take this apart to figure out how to put it back together.